A very good, happy Friday morning to everyone out there. We made it to the end of the work week. Landon here with you to bring you your weather or not forecast courtesy of On Target. Getting a look out there at a whole lot of nothing going on, and not going to complain about it. High pressure set up shop right over top of our head. We do have this disturbance. It's going to be trying to work in here out of the north and west, but that looks to remain north of the region. This front that we see up here is actually going to be washing out as it tries to make its way through here, bringing little to no sensible weather impacts for us. And with that being the name of the game, folks, we got loads of sunshine that's in store in the forecast, not just today, but all the way through the weekend, throughout a good chunk of next week, but a drastic change in those temperatures and dew points. Also going to be taking a dive down to the Gulf of Mexico for all you fall break goers out there. Got a few things that you're going to want to keep eyes on as you head down for fall break, all right? Let's get a look across the region, shall we? D93 Sky Camp, downtown Bowling Green, overlooking College Street. Whole lot of nothing going on. We're underneath crystal clear skies out there, and hey, a nice change than what we've been dealing with so far this week. Not looking at any dense fog out there like what we've been dealing with seemingly each and every morning so far. Throughout the past week that we've gone through. Beach Tree New Sky Cam overlooking Morgantown, looking west from there. Same song and dance, a whole lot of nothing going on up in that direction. Temperatures and dew points hanging out right around the upper 50s. This is similar to where we were yesterday, but today it's going to be hotter. It's going to be more humid. We're forecasting afternoon highs all the way up into the mid 80s. And dew points creeping up between the low and mid 60s. It'll feel a little bit stickier, a little bit more humid out there. This is basically going to be the same song and dance all the way through the end of the weekend. So what you're going to experience and feel this afternoon, you can rewrite it down as the broken record, if you will. Similar conditions expected both Saturday and Sunday. Getting a look here at the latest surface map. High pressure setting up shop right over the Appalachian Mountains is what's churning in light winds out of the south. This is what's going to warm us up to the mid 80s as we work into this afternoon. But all eyes is on a drastic change that is on the horizon for us. As we work throughout the weekend, keep your eyes right along the U.S. and Canadian border. You got this deepening area of low pressure that's going to be developing over the Pacific Northwest and is going to drive eastward. And as it does so, it's going to be in a deepening state and pulling a strong cold front eastward along with it. You can see that low pressure deepening, riding right along and just north of the Canadian border. Here we are getting into Sunday afternoon, on into our Sunday evening. And here's where the surface map is going to be, looking at the pre-dawn hours of our Monday morning, all right? We've been looking at this over the past few days, folks, and it's the same map that we've been utilizing because guidance has not changed whatsoever. This large, expansive area of high pressure up here in Canada is going to be jolting down to the south and east. That's going to be bringing a northerly wind component along with it. Much cooler temperatures, much lower humidity is going to be the name of the weather game, all right? So in comparison, we're looking at high temperatures right around the mid, maybe even upper 80s today, tomorrow, and Sunday. And then we're going to be flipping the script, folks, to where we're going to be ranging highs between the upper 60s to lower 70s beginning Monday, pretty much lasting throughout the entirety of next week. So those of you heading out for fall break, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but you're missing out on an absolutely extravagant week of weather here back at home. Looking at the dew points and how they're going to behave, low and mid 60s today, then we get into Saturday, then we get into Sunday. You can see where the more humid environment is riding right along and ahead of that powerful cold front that's going to come through here on Sunday night. So here we are looking at mid-morning Sunday. We fast forward roughly 18 to 24 hours right around sunrise on Monday, and folks, dew points are going to be all the way down into the low and mid 40s. A drastic change from the mid 60s, 20 degrees. That's a large discrepancy in the dew point department. But now for even better news, not just Monday, but take a look. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Looks like by Friday afternoon and into the start of the weekend, we might finally touch the low to mid 50s in the dew point department. But long story short, folks, Next week is going to be absolutely immaculate. We're going to be talking about the potential for early morning lows between the low and mid 40s at times. Some of the valley areas could even touch down into the upper 30s. We get the true taste of fall that is working in here. Now for a glance down at the tropics. Now we got loads of people. We've been getting loads of messages here on our Whether or Not feeds about what's going to be going on down in the Gulf. You're going to have your typical shower and storm chances that's associated with Gulf of Mexico weather. You get the heat and humidity during the afternoon. You can see it's going to be active down there. But we are also, unfortunately, keeping eyes on the potential for a developing tropical cyclone. You can see this area of low pressure here that's churning. We're going to see if it can get its act together. But here we are looking at Sunday night on into Monday, the very beginning of fall break. And taking us through Tuesday into Wednesday, folks, we're going to need to keep eyes on this. Tropical cyclones are extraordinarily difficult to forecast. And right now, this particular Euro model is actually developing a tropical cyclone and then pulling it eastward that would be impacting the west coast of Florida. With it still being 5 to 6 days out on this, folks, take it with a grain of salt. But you're going to need to keep an eye on this, as we could see a tropical cyclone develop. And folks, it's not a guarantee if it develops, it'll be over here on the west coast of Florida. If you're heading anywhere near the Gulf Coast, you're going to want to keep eyes on this here over the upcoming days, all right? As you can see here, again, the Euro brings a landfall for this thing Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. Again, over here on the west coast of Florida, but all the Gulf is going to be in play, folks. We got a lot of different altering and changing parameters at a rapid rate. Gonna want to keep eyes on that, folks, if you're headed down in that direction. The National Hurricane Center is on board as well. They continue to keep a 40% probability of a tropical cyclone developing somewhere in the Gulf of Mexico over the course of the next 7 days. So, not to be Captain Obvious, but with it being fall break, we got a number of you all that's traveling down in that direction. Keep your eyes on your local weather forecast down there. For the most susceptible, accurate data and forecast to let you know if you need to take any actions down there, all right? Getting back closer to here at home, we have got next to nothing in the rainfall department. You might catch a stray random shower, albeit it is not likely, late Sunday afternoon into Sunday evening with a powerful cold front moving through here. But it's not all bad news that we're not going to be getting in on much in regards to rain chances, because folks, look at the latest drought monitor that was just released yesterday. The remnants of Hurricane Helene, although it brought a lot of devastation to a lot of places, it was actually the picture perfect setup for us. We had those nice, steady, light to moderate rains. We had a few heavy spots here and there, but folks, drawing that rainfall out over the course of 3 to 4 days has put a drastic dent and the drought conditions across the entire Commonwealth of Kentucky. Just got a few spots down here in Simpson County and Logan County, maybe far northwest Butler County, that's just been downgraded to abnormally dry. We don't have any drought conditions that are intact any longer anywhere across or around the Wobbles community. Here's a look at your Ohio Valley Insurance 6-day weather forecast. Loads of sunshine is going to be the name of the weather game, folks. Mid-80s today, tomorrow, all the way through Sunday as well. Then the cold front passes, bringing that nice change to our temperature forecast. Upper 60s, lower 70s, folks, Monday through Friday of next week. Overnight lows down between the low and mid 40s. Dew points and the humidity down as well. It is going to be an incredible week of weather. That is a promise. It's going to wrap up your Friday morning Whether or Not Bowling Green weather forecast, brought to you by On Target. You all take care of yourselves and each other. Have a fantastic weekend.